Getting that new website alone might not save you. That new video or that new photo shoot alone might not save you. Getting that new logo and slapping it on your website or slapping it on a letterhead or something like that, that might just be like putting lipstick on a pig. Today we're going to talk about the rebrand, the refresh, something that comes up from time to time with brands. Some people understand it, some people don't know what it is, some people don't understand what the parts of a refresh or a rebrand are, and that's kind of what I'm going to break down.
Ain't nobody holding me, big wave at your shoreline so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas, nitro with a new pen, go at ISO, tell them don't reach, ice cold with it, no fleece.
Welcome to INDIRAP.
Brands go through different cycles, you know what I mean? You're hot 1 minute, time passes, and your branding, your videos, your different digital assets, they get old, and sometimes you got to update them. You got to keep with the times. Maybe you have grown as a company. You know, maybe your demographic has shifted a little bit. Maybe you want to attract new and younger demographics into your brand's ecosystem. Well, you can't just do that by sitting on your branding forever. General rule of thumb, to be honest with me, my personal thoughts, if you've been sitting on the same branding for between 5 to 10 years, 10 years, you're really outdated. You know what I mean? 5, you might want to think about hitting the reset button and rebranding yourself, refreshing what you might have already. If you created a website 10 years ago and you got that website with the stock image at the top, then you got the 3 icons, and then you got the bulleted text, you know what I'm talking about. It's played out, it's old, it's dusty, and you don't have to take my word for it. I want you to go out there and look at your competition's websites and the videos that they have and the photography that they have and really ask yourself, can you compete? You know what I mean? If I put 3 customers in front of you and your biggest competitors, who are they gonna walk towards? A lot of the times people make buying decisions based upon that first impression that you give them. You've seen bad branding, you know what I mean? Look at your branding, look at your competitors' branding. Are you excited about the way your brand looks? Are you excited about the photography and the way it makes you feel? You know, what is the look, vibe, and feel overall? And then put yourself in your audience's shoes. It's like, are they gonna get excited when they see this? Or is there a reason why they keep going over to your competitor who just rolled out the new video campaign, they rolled out the new website, they got the new photography, everything screams diversity, everything screams new, everything screams young, everything screams come over here and do business with me. These are all elements of a brand, right? You got your logo, you got your website, you got your photography, you got your videography, you have your sales copy, you have your emails, your tone of voice. All these things add up, create, and make you who you are as a brand. And from time to time, you need to take a step back and analyze all these things. And a full rebrand or refresh isn't the same for everyone. It could be just as simple as putting an updated logo with updated fonts. You know what I mean? Because your logo and fonts that you use, you picked out in the early 2000s. You might have picked them out in the 90s. Some brands are still rocking with stuff they did in the 90s. Come on, man. Has your brand stood the test of time? If you go to your About Us page and the photos or the headshots even that are on that page are 10 years old, to the point to where when you or your employees meet someone in person, it's like, they got to kind of wait and say, oh, wow, I didn't expect for you to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get an updated headshot. When it comes to YouTube being the 2nd largest search engine in the world, do you exist on YouTube? You know, if someone's searching logistic companies in Minnesota on YouTube, are you even in that conversation? When people are Googling these things, does video content come up? What comes up? Can you compete from an SEO perspective? You know what I'm saying? Are your images and your videos and your blogs and all this type of content keeping you relevant in 2022? Yeah, you might have had customers, you've been in business for 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years, but guess what? Those customers aren't always around, A, and B, I'm sure you want to keep your business going for years to come and generations to come. You have to think about the new buyer. You have to think about the young buyer and what they need and what's going to attract them if you want to stand the test of time with your brand. Let's talk visuals right now. I mean, one of the first things you want to think about is looking at the photography and the videos across your brand's ecosystem, right? Today's consumer is extremely smart. Today's consumer knows exactly when you just pick some bootleg, boring corporate photo off of Shutterstock. Consumers know, we know that that's not you, that's not the brand. And when you do that, what you're actually doing is you're putting up a wall. Because when you use real photography or use real video that shows who you are, who your brand is, what you do, you're creating trust and transparency around your brand. You're also establishing yourself as an expert. You can't do that to the same extent with stock photos, stock videos. People want to see who you are. People want to see your face. People want to see if they can trust you and if they can do business with you. Can they trust your product or service? You have to integrate these visual assets, photo, video, all these things across your entire brand's ecosystem. If you don't have those things, add that to your checklist for a new rebrand. You have to have them. And it's not just the visuals, like I said a second ago, from an SEO perspective, the more content you put out, the more chances you have of hooking a new customer into your brand's ecosystem when they're looking around, Googling, searching hashtags on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot, and your brand pops up. When it comes to social, do you exist? You know what I'm saying? It's sad that we still have this conversation as certain businesses these days, but like, your customers are on social media. This whole conversation that, oh, we don't need to, yeah, you don't need social media, but all you're doing is playing yourself when it comes to, again, hooking new customers, new clients into your brand's ecosystem. Do you want to sell your products or services? Right? I'm sure you do. That's why you're in business. Yes, you can get clients from just doing Google pay-per-click. Right? Yes, you can just get clients from word of mouth, which you've done for 10, 20, 30 years. Fantastic. But guess what? New customers, the majority of buyers, the majority of new clients for you are going to exist digitally. You have to exist in these other places. And the way it works is this. You're going to be investigated. I want to know who I'm doing business with. I told you I want to see your face. I want to see what your employees look like. And a lot of times, the first place that people go is to your social accounts, right? They want to see you. Are you there? What do you look like? Have you posted in the past month or two? Some people haven't posted like once this year, which is crazy to me. You have to have a healthy routine of updating your content across social. You don't have to be on every single platform, but you need to be on some platforms where your audience is to show face and let them know that you're current, you're relevant, and you are doing business today. That's just a little bit about rebrands and refresh. In a nutshell, if you're not sure if you need a rebrand or a refresh, just go and ask someone like, hey, check this out. Look at this. What do you think about my brand online? You know what I mean? What do you think? Compile all of that feedback into a doc and really start to assess what you need to do to get everything up to par. Oh, I think your brand's great. It'd be nice if you had some video content. Or, oh, that logo's kind of tired. You know what I mean? Or, oh, I was on your website and I can't really find, I can't even tell what you look like. All these things, it's almost like a little focus group you're putting together to make a determination of whether you need to rebrand yourself or refresh your brand. I keep using both terms because a full rebrand is a lot of work. Full rebrand for some people is creating brand guidelines and ripping everything apart and putting it back together. Everyone doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Some people just need a refresh. Some people just need to add some of these new assets to their digital ecosystem online so that they do come up and that they are relevant to the audience that you're going after. So that's your rebrand refresh. I'm Julian Tillotson. Until next time, I'm out. If you like what you saw, click the like button, leave a comment. If you have questions, we'd love to answer them in future videos. We're putting out videos every week to keep you up to speed with the latest in content marketing, lead generation, video production, you name it. Until next time, I'm out.